Before starting with our first project, I thought I was going to go over the products I'm going to use for the next 4 months. In terms of watercolor, I use many forms. If you don't have any, you can go and buy a pen. This one is St. Petersburg. When you have like a good choice of color, you get all those kind of yellow, red, and different kind of pink, blues, and different kind of black, gray, and you can cover a lot with a pen like this. And I think this one is St. Petersburg. Yes, I ordered it online, so it's not good marketing because they don't put their name anywhere. Anyway, I buy my product more by color choice than a brand. Of course, I know Diane Smith is a high-end and really good product, so if I can find a color I'm looking for in this brand, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm gonna buy. But I also go for the PWC if I cannot find that, because they have a lot more like a beige, and if you want to do the lighter skin tone, that's good too. It's not too pink, it's not too yellow. It's called Jaune Brillant number 2 and Jaune Brillant. It's not actually yellow. Jaune in French is mean yellow in English. It's more like a beige creamy skin tone. So for the Caucasian skin tone, that's good color to have. And what I love too about the Diane Smith, and they have many with special effects in it. This one is like duotone, so when you apply it, it's you have this lilac. It's called a duochrome hibiscus, but when you apply it, it's lilac, but when you move it, it's like bluish and sparkly, so that's nice touch to have. And what's good with this, if you put them on a palette and they dry, they're gonna still good to use as long as there's still some color on it. That's why I never really wash my the palette I use for watercolor. You can go like if you can buy, I think it's a watercolor carrier, but I didn't find any in my art store that had lids, so I bought a cheap pill container at the dollar store, and I pour some of the color that I had at the time in it, and it dry. And I find that when you use it this way, you're gonna waste less and use less than if you use the wet one. Although sometimes it's nice to have it already wet. It's just a trick to make it last longer. And if you're completely new to watercolor, Pentel are like really not expensive brand, and they come in kit and they're liquid, but you can dry them up as well. The thing with those tubes, though, they tend to dry up, but what you do is just open them and then you can still use them. Contrary to acrylic, watercolor don't really goes bad. I got this little Winsor Newton set lately, not so long ago. I haven't used them that much, but it's still good. It's just different color. So like I say, go by the brand and not by the color and not by the brand. Doesn't mean because it's super expensive that it's always better. Well, you don't want a cheap kid watercolor, and the pigment won't last. Diane Smith pigment lasts a long time, so you want to go maybe in intermediate in terms of price range. Yeah, see this PWC. I bought the also have those little tubes that call HWC. They're about the same price range, and they have I found that they have more like pastel color than Diane Smith, and this lavender is one of my favorite color to use as undertone. So think it's my second tube of this that I would get, although it lasts a long time. It's just to show you that I use it a lot. And I also sometimes use some gelato from Faber-Castell. It's just creamy, so if I want to cover something more, I think those gelato do a great job. But if you don't have all of this, it's fine. You don't need all of this. It takes time to collect as many products without going broke. So just use the one that you have. Those are the paint that I use. As pencil, I have two kind. I got the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer. They're really good. I really love them. They last a long time too, and they come in 150 sets. You get like smaller sets, but in total they have it's 120 color that they have for sale. I got the big set. I try to keep them in like the color theme is easier for me to find somehow. And what I like about it, and then is that you can buy them by unit after. So if you only like you have another kind and you want some color that you don't find in one brand, you can go and buy a few by unit, and it's a good way to decide to which brand you want to buy or invest in, is to go at an art store that sell them by unit and buy a few that the color you know you're gonna use, and then compare. And when I wanted to know if I was going for the Faber-Castell or the what's the other brand called? It's here. It's the their one watercolor. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to get, so I got pencil from each brand, but it's similar color, so I could compare them and pick the one that I love. And Faber-Castell won the prize, so I bought the set, but I still on occasion go and buy some Derwent because they do have different color once again. So I use the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer. I can send you links if you want, but really I want you to buy the one that you have. And recently I got the Derwent Inktense. It's not really watercolor, it's more ink, but since it's activated by water, if you have them, you can use them. And what I love about this, and once you water it and once it's dry, it's stay there. It don't move after. So in the layering process, it's helpful. It kind of help you to avoid the muddy effects. And if you use them, don't be scared. Sometimes the tips is like super darker than the hand part, but when you water them down, that's the color you're gonna get. So you kind of have to imagine what you're gonna get, because see, the lavender is almost dark, but then when you water it down, that's the color you're gonna get. So I think you can get those by unit too. I don't know, I just bought the set on Amazon as a gift to myself. The last kind of watercolor pencil that I use, the Tumbo. I bought the portrait set and a few units. It's just another way to add watercolor, but it's different medium. It's maybe more intense than the pencil, or you just more like paint because of the brush tip. But if you don't have some, don't go and buy them, because you can achieve the same result with those or the intense color. So really I'm showing you all that I have that I might use, but I want you to use the products that you have. Next come the regular color pencil. My all-time favorite are Prismacolor Premiere. That's my first love story. As a kid, had 60 color sets, and I was in love with them. And they're like so creamy and waxy. A couple of years ago, I got the 150 set, and since then, you can tell I have a lot of light blue because I buy them by unit, the color that I use most. I just love because they have so many shades, and they work well on top of watercolor and also work well on top of acrylic because they're waxy. And I also have the if you want to buy the Prismacolor and you think that you find that the Prismacolor Premiere is too expensive, you can go in the kids section and buy the Prismacolor Scholar set. But this one, it's small, and it's like 60 colors, 72 color, and it's $20. So, and you like really have this. Where is the other one? Should have more than this. Oh, here. Got all those colors. I think it's 60, but it had the light lavender and the fair like Caucasian skin tone and light blue. So for my kind of projects, it's gonna give you a really nice beginner sets. Oh, there's some intense in there too, but this is gonna give you a nice beginner set. And after that, you can go and buy maybe the Prismacolor by unit if you want to have different shades. So that's a trick too, and a way to save you money. If I compare them to the Prismacolor Premiere, sure, the Prismacolor are gonna be more waxy, but I got those color one for a long, like those are new, but I had a set for like many years, and it's still waxy and it still works good, and it's a good starting price if you don't have any. I also have the set from Faber-Castell Polychromos. Like it's the same shades as the watercolor. So like you see, those are the regular color pencil, they're round, and those are the watercolor are more like they have edges. So that's the thing too, when you see me drawing, most regular pencil, they're round, and the watercolor one always beside the intense, they always have those edge. So if I don't mention which which pencil that I'm using, you can know by this little trick. And having those, like the set of watercolor and color pencil, you know that the color are very compatible, and it's all the same. What I love having them next to my Prismacolor, they're more hard, but they have different color shades. Once again, I buy them by shades color more than brand, and they have like more rich tone in the skin tone, and red and pink, they have more color than the Prismacolor. Prismacolor, what I love in the shade chart is there's a lot of light blue, lavenders, light pink, light green. The pastel color that you want to use when you do under skin tone, you have them in Prismacolor. So with all of this, it's a nice a really nice mix to have. I also have like what you want, because I buy different kind of white pencil. The when drawing Chinese pencil is really good. The Prismacolor one is really good, but I also get the Stabilo Owl just because I want to show it to you. I'm not gonna find it. Yeah, the Stabilo Owl in white and black. Where's the black? those, if you go to your art store and you see them and they sell them by units, I'm telling you, buy 5 of each. You're gonna use them a lot. They're gonna become your best friends. I got to this see, I don't even know yet. I think it was Chinese marker. It's waxy weight. It's meant to be removable. Just do some mark on plastic and glass, I think, and remove it. But I'm using this a lot on acrylic and watercolor because it's like pure bright and it's like a coat of wax. If you want to use add light in the end of the projects, that's a go-to product. And the other thing that I use a lot are white acrylic Sharpie. I got them, see I have 2 bigs because one is almost over. Got the big tips. I got the medium. And I got the fine. My recommendation is to get at least 1 big and 1 fine if you can get them, to add details on top of your any like watercolor or acrylic. They're really good. I get Sharpie. I think in Europe you get the Posca pen that are really similar. But in North America, Canada, US, Sharpie are your go-to brand. Easier and faster to find than the Posca pen. And I'm not sure I'm gonna use it that much, but I got this woodless charcoal to add some black powder and just to maybe sketch. Maybe later this year, but right now I don't know, it just was there. In terms of brushes, the good thing with watercolor, it's not really hard on your brush, so you don't need to go and buy the super expensive brushes. I got this kit. I think there's a 5th one. I'm not sure where it is, but I know there's a 5th one. I bought those at the dollar store. What I loved about them is that they're plastic. If you leave them in water a long time, they won't go as bad, because I have this tendency, like if you leave your brush in water, the paint peel, this doesn't stick as well. But I had this brush for many years. But with a kit like this with different tips, bigger and smaller, you're gonna go a long way. See that what happened when you leave your brush in water. But get a set that you're only gonna use for watercolor, so they're always gonna be good to go and not all like messy. This one I use it for more than watercolor, but yeah. If you want to cover a bigger surface, this is the I paid $15 for this brush. It was a more expensive one, but it's like so full and it get the water nice. So to do the big background, a lot of water, a big brush can be nice. But you could use a flatter brush too. Just maybe have a thing. I'm really bad with my brushes. So if you buy a big brush like this and you're bad with your brush like me, just use it for watercolor. It's gonna last you longer. So I think that's it for the products. I might on occasion throw some soft pastel in them, but if you don't have some, that's fine too. I could use maybe some pan pastel, but anything that you have goes. If you don't have the product that I use, go ahead and use what you have. Try to inspire you with my techniques, but if you don't have one product in particular, go ahead and do it anyway. The last set of pencil that I got online, I can't really do like a critics of them because I haven't used them much. but I think I'm gonna use them more when we get to the second trimester because they're like really waxy. And they call Marco Raffiné Fine Art Color Pencil. I got 72 pencil for 30 bucks. Canadian. Everything we buy in Canada is more expensive, so that's a really cheap price for all those colors, and they're really waxy, and I think this is a good selection in terms of color charts. So you might want to look into them for later in this year. Just want to show you that you don't have to get the higher brand right away, or you don't have to get it ever if you don't want to. Just if you're not sure if you're gonna love the products before you go ahead and buy the complete set of color they ever put in the store, just buy a few. That's it. We already covered the absorbent ground in the making of the book. So yes, your most important product is going to be the absorbent ground. I don't find many brand that does it other than Golden. Probably they have some, or maybe they call it differently, but I love this product so much. With a jar of 8 ounces, you can cover your entire journal of 16 pages. So that's about $15 in Canada, so I don't know, maybe 10 bucks in the state. If you get them on sale, buy the bigger jar, and you're gonna have more because we might use some in the third trimester. Third or the fourth? Third. There's no fourth, only 3. You can also get the transparent watercolor ground from Diane Smith. You're gonna get the dry transparent, as it says. So you have the color of canvas showing, but it's still a watercolor surface, which I think it's cool. They only did one spread like this, but it's just an option because it's hard to find and expensive. It's $10 at a jar. So, but I just wanted to show it to you. The page I'm gonna do on the transparent medium, you can still do it on the white absorbent ground. If you don't have any and you cannot find any, there's a recipe that I'm gonna show it to you in the making of video, but it's 3-part gesso and 1-part molding paste. Doesn't really matter which kind of gesso you use. This one is a cheaper one. I did it with the Liquitex Super Heavy Gesso. It was hard to make, so maybe try to get one that's more like liquid, but like this one was. It's more like a latex paint texture. I don't know if you can see. It's almost done. But something more liquid, and be sure to mix it well, and you can apply it the same way that you will do your golden. I'm showing that to you in the making of video, and you're ready to go. So, and I recommend for the molding paste using the Liquitex. Is not too expensive, and you can buy a smaller jar if you're not planning on using it anywhere else. But if you're doing a lot of mixed media, that's a nice product to have too. So that's cover the product part. I'm just gonna put this all away, and we're gonna be ready to start our first projects. Yay!